Andy Manning here, and just going to give you a quick overview of a method I used when I was a door knocker very many years ago. I was a lot younger, and I actually had hair, believe it or not. And it's something pulled out from frustration and door knocking all the time. It's just obviously my choice. But what I'm going to go through is a thing called gifts. So what I suggest you do, if you just get a bit of paper, not a notepaper, get a hardback book of some sort, and write this in, because I'll give you so many tips that you'll believe more on this one. But just ways of generating more interest in your business and you. Um, and some of the methods I'm going to use now are actually going to pull you into, methods I'm going to show you are methods I'm using right now. You need to go and grab that pen and grab a bit of paper. For those of you who haven't gone and grabbed the pen and bit of paper and pause the video, not a problem. You can sit here and watch the video over and over again. But like I said in my first video, practice makes permanent. And I think to make things permanent in your head is to write it down. It's called auto-suggestion. So when you write things down and see it, your mind and muscle memory will kick in. Lots of things combine there to help you remember stuff. The same as if you remember your phone number. If you roll it off by heart, this is exactly the same. So gifts. So you've got GIFTS. If you write that down the page, there's about 4 or 5 lines in between. Because what you're going to do after I've got watch the video, is go away and work out a pitch or a way of talking to people or a marketing slant you can use as either a video or as a method to email to some of the people you've got in your Clicks Gone Wild lists. And the first thing, the G for gifts is for greed. Write down greed, GREED, okay? And what that basically means is that you're looking to aim at something that puts the greediness on someone. So for instance, if you like, for instance, fast cars, like my friend who likes fast cars and stuff, to get him hooked, you talk about fast cars, not just the fast cars, but how would you like to basically get to drive around, in the Indianapolis 500 or whatever, in one of the cars they've got there. I'll have to want to leave the race, etc. All you've got to do is spin this thing, and you're put into a fight in order to win that. Okay, so there's probably no rise door. It's not going to happen, but someone like my friends or someone who's into cars, a bit of petrol head, they will love that sort of thing. They think, what? I get to lead the whole race round, great stuff. I get to be famous for 10 minutes. I'll make a video like that, and I can put it on my site to enhance my video. That's the greed bit kicking in. So now it's the me part kicking in. And they've got the difference bit, which is what you're trying to do is you're trying to come across as you don't really care if they do join you or they don't join you or they do this stuff or they come and visit your shop or whatever it may be, or even like your videos, you don't care. But you write it as if that person did care. So some people out, just don't forget you're going to have people on both ends of the scale. Some will, some won't, some what. And basically I'm trying to get them to either like it, share it, or whatever. If it's a video, if it's also an email, then to basically click on the email and click on the links, etc. Next thing you've got is the fear of loss. What you see on lots of things and a lot of the videos is countdown counters and things like that, which obviously enhance the fact that it's imperative you click now or you join now. And the thing with that as well, I think is great, is Clicks Gone Wild. 24 hours, it's gone, and in 24 hours, it's gone. There's no coming back, which is quite cool. When they said we're going to change this and put the price up, that's what they did. Very much similar as Empower Network, and do exactly the same thing on their stuff. So that's indifference. Now the fear of loss is obviously, I could just say there, fear of loss is by putting timings on it and things like that, and you have to agree that indifference, fear of loss now. So timing on it, telling people it's limited, telling people that it's a one-time offer. That is basically the way to start the ball rolling and get that avalanche coming down the mountain for you. Next thing is a tone of voice. Now, if I was to speak in a video, I can actually emphasise lots of different words. I can put my own pauses in. I can use hand gestures because some people are a bit audio, auditory, and visual. So listen to this, then write stuff down and stuff, and that's it. Then you've got people on the email side of things that are not going to see the emotion that you put into it. So what you have to do is use a metaphor to actually paint a picture. And if I was to say to you this, just close your eyes a minute, close your eyes, sit back, close your eyes and look up. I want you to just imagine now you're on a beach, sandy beach, you see gently coming up on the beach, breaking on the shore, and the sun on the head. You can feel the sun just radiating on your head. You can hear the sound of the sea, the very light breeze, it's nice and cool. And now, open your eyes, you're back in reality. And how did it feel to be to do that? And if you didn't check your eyes there, go back and watch this part of the video again and check your eyes, and it will actually work. And I use my tone of voice there. I bring it right down nice and softly and speaking in a different voice, and made it more relaxing. If you felt relaxed, some people will actually say, I could feel the sun on my face when you're saying that. And that's what I used to do, with regard to getting someone to listen to you more intently. The other thing to do as well is if you lent in then, what I've just said is a natural reaction to work. And that's the other thing as well. So the last thing you've got, so we've got the G, the I, the F, the T, the tone voice. Now we've got the sheep factor. And what sheep factor is that you're saying that everyone's doing it. It's called jonesing. Now, if you don't do it now, the neighbour might do it and they'll be getting a driver faster car with you. Why do you think the neighbour doesn't go to work every day? Probably because he's doing this. That sort of stuff. So what you can do is use the fear of loss mixed in with a bit of sheep factor. Everyone's following this, everyone's coming to me, you've seen the clicks I've got on this video. Look at me, I'm number one, like my fan does. That makes sheep factor. People see that and go, wow, that's really cool. And that's what you're trying to get. So I'll leave you that gift that I'm giving you there, the gift. Okay. And use that thing if you can. Write down in between what sort of things you want to emphasize and agree, and use that in the video. Just make a little video. I know it's slightly longer because I've explained it to you, but just use this video to use to go back to as reference, and just try a few things on people. And I tell you that you'll improve the way that you either do your video or write stuff down, and that'll be immense, especially for most people who've never made videos. This is a good little way of stacking a video up, ready to go. You just write those notes down, have a look, read through it, and just use bullet points. Put them by the side of your computer, or a post-it note or something like that, so you can see what things are. Time yourself when you first do it, and then see if you can cut it down to about five minutes at the max, and then you're laughing. So I'm going to leave you now. I've been Andy Manning. If you've been listening, thank you very much. If you haven't, rewind the video and watch this all again. Guys, thanks very much. Enjoy the challenge. Day 3 tomorrow. See you then. Bye.